Hey everyone, welcome to Youth Bombs. My name is Craig.
And I'm Hallie.
And we are the voice of young conservatives in Alachua County. Recently, we've noticed that many conservatives have fallen into the trap of talking about things that don't necessarily move the needle in our direction for the election. Mm-hmm. So people saying, look at this photograph of Harris's rally. She didn't fill up the stadium. Or look at this photo of the airstrip. There looks to be some fakery involved. Look, that doesn't matter. Would you agree, Hallie?
I would say we know it's untruthful. Stop focusing on that. She's gonna be untruthful. Focus on the policy, focus on actual platform issues, focus on what really matters, which is, like Craig says, moving the needle in our favor as Republicans, as Americans, as Alachua County residents, right? Mm-hmm. And you're not gonna get that done by reposting angertainment and just like, if an image has a bunch of red circles on it, I can guarantee you everyone has already seen it, so you don't have to reshare it with your own commentary. Respectfully, God bless, right? Like, we've seen it, and we know that they are not going to be truthful. We know that, right? They're going to pull every scheme in the book. So let's just move on from it and make sure that we ourselves are strong candidates and that we ourselves are focused on what's really important. Because when we're focusing on this, then we're focusing on the AI images, we're focusing on the cackles, we're focusing on the coconut trees, and that's not what we need to focus on.
Right. There's no one undecided who's like, oh, you know what? Well, look at this picture. I'm going to vote for Trump because she covered up some of the seats. Like, no, they're going to vote for Trump if he talks about the key issues, which I've been seeing he's doing online, and I'm sure he will be in his interview with Elon that's coming up. Oh, God. But immigration, the economy, inflation, crime, these are all issues where Trump pulls well on, where he has the advantage, where he leads, voters agree with him, and if he talks about those, he wins the election. And as conservatives and supporters of President Trump, we need to do the same. We shouldn't be wasting our time talking about silly stuff. It's all about those issues, those core things that move the needle, not silliness.
Yeah, and I think the more focused and the more energized we as Republicans, we as poll workers, we as voters are in this election, then the less rattled we'll be when things come out in the future from Kamala's mouth, right? Like, it's always going to be asinine, it's always going to be crazy. Just be prepared for that, and when you see it, file it away in your filing cabinet back here, right? And move on, right? If you're door knocking, if you're phone banking, putting in the work for this general election coming in November, try not to get sucked into the party politics kind of it's just not important. Like, keep the American voter in your rear view, in your forefront. Like, that's the only thing that matters. So I don't know. I just wanted to make sure. Like, obviously, we can have fun with it. Like, and we can meme on her and we can have whatever just to make sure that we stay sane. Because to not point it out would be even crazier, right? That would be straight up 1948 Orwell society. Oh, we know what's going on, but if we don't say anything, right? That's being done. like we're aware. We know. It's AI generated. We know. She couldn't fill up a stadium if she wanted to. We know. Move on.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, I agree. It's not worth our time. Yeah, we can joke about it, as you said, Hallie, but I mean, look, the election is about the issues, and we have to win one Rust Belt state, Wisconsin, Michigan, or Pennsylvania. Mm-hmm. And talking about things that don't matter to the voters isn't gonna do it. We have to win one of those, and we win by talking about what those voters care about.
Mm-hmm. And like you said, it's not going to be Kamala's laugh. It's not going to be the nicknames that Trump gives to Tim. It's not going to be any of that crap, right? It's going to be what's on your kitchen table and what's not. What could you leave with the store in your basket, and what did you have to put back, right? Like, that's that feeling of not being able to provide. Remember that when you're in the booth, right? Remember that. Because that's not going away.
Right, exactly. And speaking of voter trends, we now have 1 million more Republicans in Florida than Democrats, whereas 6 years ago, there were 300,000 more Democrats than Republicans. So have you seen in your personal experience, Hallie, the state shift red and look more red, vote more red?
Yes. Yes, I have seen that. A lot of people that moved here from other states, they are Republicans. They moved here because, we're the freest state in the nation, right? I think New Hampshire beats us out.
I don't know. Some people will say that.
It does because of, I think, like prostitution. I think that's allowed over there. Okay, anyway, not important. A lot of people who have been coming from these blue states that vote Republican are coming to Florida, and yeah, they're pissed. They're upset. Like, I saw a post from someone coming from California, and she was praising GRU. She was praising the bill she got for $160. Why? Because she came from California, and her monthly utility bill was $450. Monthly utility $450. That's crazy. Some people pay that, right? Everyone over there pays that. So when they're over here, they're like, hey, it's not that bad, even though I'm like, yikes, right? So I think that, along with just getting out the vote of already registered Floridian Republicans, like that's what we need to do. We need to get out the vote. We have the voters. Make sure they go to their precincts. Oh, I missed it. Early voting has started. It has started for the primary election. Go to your precinct. Figure it out. If you don't know how to, go. What county do you live in? Boop, 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 boop. What county do I live in? Go to your county. Go county name, supervisor of elections. They will tell you where your precinct is. And if you don't know, call them up. That's their job. That's what they're responsible for, making sure that you, the American citizen, can vote and make your voice heard. That's the whole point. All of that just to say, get the vote out. We know we have the voters. There's no excuse. Start voting.
Absolutely. Like you said, already going on. Bring your friends, bring your family. I voted the other day. It's a good time. If you early vote, there's not going to be a lot of people in line, so you get in and out real quick. So take advantage of that opportunity.
Yeah, no. Like you said, make it a thing. If we can't make it a national holiday with the government, then make it like a family holiday. Be excited to go to your precinct, right? Make a day out of it. Be like, oh, yay, get to see all the little people sign waving. Speaking of, oh, yeah. We can cut that there. I saw something the other day at the Millhopper Library, and I was like,
Yeah?
Yeah, it was a bunch of Democrats sign waving on the corner, but we're not allowed to put our any campaign signs out front because we used to always be allowed to do that right off the side of the sidewalk on the side of the road. It's a main artery in the city, and the precinct is right off of the main artery. So I drove by, and there's a bunch of Democrats sign waving. On the corner, and they all have little arrow signs, and they're like, hey, go to the Millhopper Library. But no campaign is allowed to put their signs down, even though there is 150 feet from the precinct entrance, which that's the law. You can put your sign anywhere as long as it's past that cone. That says 150 feet. That's the indicator. So what is going on there?
Right. That's odd because these... they shouldn't be campaigning in places that they're not allowed to be, right? And that's what it sounds like is going on.
Technically, they're allowed to because they went kind of down the street to the corner to the major intersection. But that's where they are. And they're all sign waving with little arrow signs going, oh, back over to the Millhopper precinct.
Interesting. Okay.
Little buttholes.
Taking advantage of whatever they can, I suppose.
Yeah.
But... any closing thoughts on this August 20th primary?
It's already started, basically. If it hasn't already started, it's starting soon. So go to your websites, go to your SOE websites and look up those dates if you don't already know them. Make sure everything, like, I think if you're not registered to vote with your party, that deadline is already passed, like August 8th. So that might be a little bit more difficult. You might have to wait for the next go around. But overall, we have the voters. We know we have the voters. We see it in the street. We see it in our data sheet, right? Get them to their precinct. That's it. That's all I got to say.
Absolutely. Well, thanks everyone so much for watching. We really appreciate it. We upload every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 1 p.m. And feel free to reach out to us at youthbombs@alaturalrepublicans.com if you have any questions. Thanks so much, everyone. Bye.
Bye.